Hey, fourth graders, today we're going to be doing 3 pages in our Journeys workbook. We are going to be doing 133, 135, and 138. 136, sorry. All right, so we are going to be starting with sequencing. Sequencing is we are going to put events. An event is something that happens in the story. We are going to put them in the correct order down below in the flow chart. So for instance, I'm going to read it. We're going to read it together. Then I'm going to come down to the chart, and this is going to be a first event that happened, a second event that happened, a third event, and a fourth event. And you're going to get to pick which events you want as long as they're in order. Okay, everybody might have different things. And we're only going to write one sentence, okay, in each circle because there isn't really room. So just make sure that you have a capital letter and a period with your sentence, okay? And it doesn't matter which things you pick as long as they are in the correct order of the story. That's what sequencing is. So let's read our story. It's called Flood. On the morning of April 13th, 1992, there was a massive flood in downtown Chicago. Thousands of people fled, terrified of being trapped. Later, they heard what had happened. First, I like to sometimes, this is a good, maybe that would be a good first sentence for you, okay? Telling about what happened. First, a hole about 20 feet wide had broken in an underwater tunnel. That could be your number one event, and you could stop right there, okay? You don't have to write all of it because you're going to run out of room. So Mrs. Hagen's giving you a hint of what you could put for number 1. And now remember, your other 3 events just go in order, whichever things you pick. Let's keep reading. Over 250 million gallons of water flowed into the tunnel. The water surged quickly through a large network of old tunnels. Many tunnels couldn't hold the surge and cracked. Water gushed into basements across the area. I'm right here. By noon, over 1 million people had been removed safely from downtown. Electricity and gas were shut off. Buses and trains were rerouted, affecting the whole city. Emergency workers from up to 100 miles away came to help. It took 3 days to plug the holes and stop the flooding. More than 6 weeks passed before things went back to normal. When it was all over, the flood had cost $1 billion. So you're going to pick whichever sentences you want and put them in the correct order. Okay, you see the arrows here. Here's the first one. Then we go to the next one. This is a flow chart, guys, where you're flowing from one thing to the next. So finish that up and then go ahead and meet me on page 135. All right, here we are on page 135. All right, Mrs. Hagen has a little surprise for you in the directions. I'm going to make it a little less work for you. So today we're reviewing synonyms. Synonyms mean the same. Okay, words that mean the same thing. Before we have talked about antonyms, okay, and those are opposites, okay, just so that you keep those 2 in your head. So today we're focusing on synonyms. So here's our words in the box. Damaged, daring, dangerous, wobbles, flee, frightened, and protective. So we're going to read the sentences and we're going to find the underlined word and we're going to find a word that means the same as that. Okay? Let's do number 1. The brave warrior led his troops into battle. Who sees a word that means the same as brave? Look through all your words. See if you can, and you guys, instead of writing the whole sentence, we're going to get to just write the word on the line, the word that you pick. Okay? Thank you, Mrs. Hagen. Okay, did anyone pick daring? Do you see whatever word you pick, you should be able to put the word you pick in the sentence and it will still sound right. So does it sound right if I say the daring warrior led his troops in battle? It sounds good, doesn't it? So then I would write daring on the line. Okay, so you're going to find words that mean the same, synonyms. Okay, and you don't need to write the whole sentence, you can just do the word. All right, good luck. I will meet you on page 136. All right, so make sure you find all of the words when you are doing the proofreading for spelling. Sometimes people will leave a blank empty. Don't do that. You need to find all of them, okay? No point in sending it to me unless it is complete, okay? So let's read through our spelling words one more time. Rising, traced, stripped, slammed, dancing, striped, winning, snapping, bragging, handled, dripped, begged, dared, skipped, hitting, spotted, raced, dimmed, like I dimmed the light, spinning, and escaped. All right, so those are the words that we're going to be using, okay? You will not be using any of the challenged words, okay? So don't worry about those. So look for 12 words on the list or in your story. So let's see if we can find one together. Let's start reading our story. My grandfather begged his parents to leave him alone. Leave him home to see the world. So, anybody see any in that first sentence? See if you can underline it. There is one there. See if you can underline it before me. My grandfather begged his parents to let him leave home to see the world. I think I read that wrong the first time. All right, did anyone underline begged? Begged is spelled incorrectly. Let's find begged on our list right here. Okay, so we're going to spell that correctly down on line number 1. It does not matter what order you put them in, so if you find them at different times, you just write them down. They don't have to be in a certain order, okay? Because sometimes you go through the whole thing and then you still have to find 2, so then you have to go back, okay? All right, good luck today, guys.